Welcome to our back to our English program on Axiomine Media Network. I'm your host, Alula Wune. Every Sunday, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we'll be coming live with either a discussion on the current state of what's going on in Tigray, northern region of Ethiopia, if you're unaware, and also the work around the world that the Tagaru diaspora, specifically the youth most times, are doing all over the world, as I stated. So today, I'd like to give a chance for my two guests to introduce themselves to the audience.
Go ahead, Abby. Or would you like me to go? I'll go. Hey guys, this is Neho coming at you, and like Allah said, I'm from California, and here just helping out as much as I can to our youth, Tagaro youth in the Bay Area and other platforms as well, and also helping out with fundraisings and with protesting as well, and trying to make awareness about on what's going on to our family members and to a whole region in Tigray, and yeah.
Good, Abby. I think you have yourself on mute. Okay. I think for some reason we think we still can't hear you, but I'd like to give you guys a chance anyway to give yourself, give the audience a little bit of a background in terms of you yourselves. I know you introduced yourself, and hopefully once we get Abby unmuted, we'll be able to give her a chance to introduce herself by name, but also give a little bit of like just a background in terms of what you're doing, what kind of organizations or specific agendas that you guys are conducting.
I can go a little. I think Abby, her internet is a little struggling, but once she's come back in, she'll jump in. But until then, I work with Anything for Tigray. It's an organization that we started in Clubhouse, a platform where all Tagaro youth and others who came in together, and we created this Anything for Tigray to help out for the cause that's happening in Tigray, and mainly in the holidays. Mainly, we focus on holidays, how we can be able to help, how we can be able to put some cheer, put some holiday spirit in all our Tagaro family and Tagaro brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers in back home in Adi. And one of those things that we started with this the previous Fasika holiday that we had, and like even though we want to celebrate in holidays, but that was our first and that was our baby step. And going forward, we're definitely looking forward to a bigger platform, a bigger hand that we can be able to help out as much family members as we can. And how we started Anything for Tigray is in terms of conversations, Tagaro between Tagaro's conversation, how we can be able to help out back home, and how we can be able to assist anyone and everyone that's in diaspora wants to help out to back home. And we had several discussions in this platform called Clubhouse. And in one of those days during the conversation, and we come up with, it's fasting season, and what can we do during this fasting season? And we come up in conversation that, like we're not eating any animal products or anything. So those money that we wasted for those animals, why can't we just put that in like inside maybe $1 a day to the side, and at the end of the fasting we can donate that to Tigray to help out during the holiday, collected it and being able to help Tigray. And while doing that, we also come up with let's make sure others participate in it. So we we had this fundraising game we call it, what would you do to Tigray? And whoever wants to do the challenge will say anything, I can do anything for Tigray. So that's where the name of Anything for Tigray comes in, and that's anyone can be able to challenge, anyone can participate on either by donating money or by coming up with a challenge to others. And mainly the bigger picture is getting the fundraiser and going out there and feeding the people of Tigray and making sure this hunger, this man-made hunger, we can be able to stop it as quick and as fast as we can. Thanks.
Wow, that's great because we've had a lot of Twitter campaigns, a lot of social media being used to kind of spread the message on what's going on, to be able to catch the world's attention for the to be a voice for the voiceless, if you will. And I think you guys said you said you're using Clubhouse just for discussions. I think that's a unique way to be able to kind of further that agenda that I was talking about in terms of actually being able to not just social media trends and hashtags, but actually being able to engage with each other and be able to spread the word. So I think that's amazing that you're using that platform in that way, especially like today's at least in most parts of the world, still Mother's Day, and a holiday like that is really gripping when you think about the fact that the mothers of Tigray right now are suffering. And so I think it's amazing the way that you guys are going about this. I'd like to get Abi in here a little bit if she can. I think hopefully her connection's up now. Can you hear us? I don't think it's connected, unfortunately. All right. So anyway, as far as specifically for like the work that you guys have done, could you just kind of explain in terms of, because you talked about some of the ideas in terms of holiday work, but could you go a little bit in depth in terms of how you are trying to impact the people?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Allah. And like you say, using any platform that we have is absolutely useful and very all we have to do, we're trying to make is like magnify what's going on back home, be the voice for our family members, our neighborhood, our community, like Tigray in general, with what's going on. And there's a lot of dark cloud on Tigray, and we want to break that through, break that chain, break that ceiling, and make sure all the world leaders know about what's going on, and not only know about it and not only just tweeting about it, but taking the action, taking the next step. We appreciate them for tweeting about it. We're really grateful that they are aware of what's going on. But next step would be like us guiding them how they can be able to take the next action in other social medias we do. In ours, in our anything for Tigray, what we are be able to use that is that by getting the fundraisers and going back to Adi, back home, and making sure like we serve the families that are displaced. As you know, by now there are at least 1 million Tagar that has been displaced and not knowing where they are, not even in any of the ADP, internal displaced in Tigray or other places. So that at least 1 million, and others like we've seen like about 90% of Tigray is in like starvation, and so many like in each city. Like for example, if we go Shura, about 150,000 Tagars are displaced only in the Shura. And what makes the reason that I'm mentioning Shura specifically is because it's so crucial and very hard currently that we can't even, like anyone trying to go and help it, we can't even go there because it's surrounded by the Eritrean military and the Ethiopian military, and the war is going on currently, as as you are aware of it. So to send aid is absolutely difficult for us. And so for that kind of displaced people, that are why we are here, why we created this organization, to help out, like making a connection, making people that how we can be able to see people that are in Shura, make that connection, help them out one way or the other, either by providing them some sort of financial, so they can buy either for the holidays for floor, they can buy floors, they can buy dorho, and for the holiday specifically ours, what we did was we bought a dorho, chicken with some oil, 1 pound of onions, 1 pound of butter, 1 pound of what else do we do? All the ingredients that you need to make dorho sari, So that for one family, and we kind of break it down how much it costs overall in general is about like give or take $30, $30, and that's called one family. $30 for one family. So during our challenge, whenever someone is trying to be challenged, we told them before you do the challenge, how much would someone help out, or how many families someone can help before you do the challenge. And the individual can be like, oh, well, if someone can help 3 families, then I will do the challenge. So 3 families about 30, 30, 30, that's $90. And someone will be, okay, I'll donate the $90. So that individual will go ahead and do the challenge. It's fun, it's very fun doing it. At the same time, we are making all you Tagaro youth engage. We literally have the globe in our hand, in the on the palm of our hand, on that little screen. You know, we have people participating from Australia, from Germany, Denmark, from the US. We even have people from Addis Ababa participating in Tagaro, joining us, and this shows you how much the magnificent of like the each app, as much as you use it for a bigger purpose, you know. So for the past holiday, that's what we did. We provide that meal. We understand it's only one meal. We understand it's a small portion that we're doing. However, any of us, any Tagaro that are in diaspora, any Tagaro that are capable of helping any Tigray back home at this moment by any means, but even if it's a small amount, it's very helpful and very crucial. And I really, really recommend all of you to go ahead and participate. Towards the end, I'll let you know like how you guys can be able to reach us to us. But for now, that's what we've been doing. And going forward, we are also preparing for Eid al-Fitr, I believe, in the next holiday that's coming, our Muslim brothers and sisters holiday, and we're preparing for that. We want to make sure um, anyone who's celebrating any holidays, we're trying to make sure they get that holiday spirit going on, holiday smile. At least once you see like a 3 hour smile and telling you like that just fills you up. Like I can translate that into in English, but to say in English and to hear it in Tigray, it just is absolutely like, you know, like a huge difference, and it just fills us up. And indirectly, when you think about it, it's like selfish because we're doing it for our own purpose. We get that blessings from our parents, from our family members, from our elders, from our ancestors. You know, so it's that's one of the biggest roles that we are playing currently. And going forward, we absolutely been engaged with other non-profit organizations as well. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I think it sounds as if like you we just like you said, Easter Passover just passed, and then you said there's a few holidays upcoming. So it seems as though you guys are going to continue something that's just you know, not completed but is ongoing, which is great to hear, because I think, as I stated, the suffering is evident on the ground, and any little bit of normalcy I think we can provide to them is you know, a great thing in terms of, you know, like you said, providing the food, or even if it's just being able to give them you know, just the spirit, the holiday spirit that you said is amazing. So I guess you kind of touched on it a little bit at the end when you were talking about how, you know, the feeling you get from doing this, the feedback they give to you, you know, and I can only imagine, you know, during a difficult time for somebody to say, you know, thank you, or you really are, you know, like you said, like they say, like they basically like embracing you. There's a lot of different things I'm sure they say which give you a feeling of, you know, fulfillment. But what was your motivation specifically? Obviously to help the people, but what was your motivation when you kind of got into this? Because, you know, it's not the most difficult, but it takes a lot of time and effort, and it can be draining almost.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, one of the biggest things that we started is, like I said earlier, in Clubhouse, the more we conversate, the more we have that conversation. And like, Abby is also gonna tell you about her amazing organizations that they're doing. But so doing Clubhouse conversation between Tagaros, like, you know, we do how much what we should tweet about, what we should let people that's outside the Tigray community, outside Ethiopia, what we should tell them about, like how should we, like, you know, relate, be organized, be like instructed about, be like systematically, like be at the same level, be uniform, you know. And when you tell them, like, be truthful, be provided factual, what's going on. And those are the conversations that we have. And while doing that, like, we have 24 hours, 24/7, like, back home, they are like literally nonstop. This whole atrocity, this whole actions is happening to them. So what else can we do? That's the biggest thing that happened is just like, okay, we can do all these tweets and stuff. That's grateful. Let's keep on going. Keep it, make it go, as loud as you can, make it happen. What else is it something action wise that personally that we can be able to do? And that's where this whole conversation of, well, once this whole thing stop, like, hopefully, God willing, this whole thing is gonna stop as soon as it can, and I will do this, and everybody has like different things. We discuss it, all these things, and at the same time, like, okay, those are great things, like, for when the time is right, we'll make this happen. How about now, currently, what can we do? That is the cause of all these nonprofit organizations that's been starting, and definitely it's a little baby. It's a pilot that's going on currently, but that conversation in the social media helped us out too, especially those in diaspora who wants to help out, but are not aware of how they can be able to help out. And just all I can say is be organized, talk to each other, talk between each other, have conversations, and see any other nonprofit organizations that can be able to help out. And that's how we started. The more we talk about, the clearer the purpose it will get. The clear, yes, everyone has a bigger picture. The bigger purpose is, of course, to help back home. And how we can do about it is very complicated. So that's the one. The more you conversate about each other, about the situation, the more the road, the path is going to be clearer. So that's how we can be able to conversate between each other and come up with anything for Tigray. We made it fun. At the same time, you are networking between each other, and you are helping back home as well. You getting that blessing, like you said, when they tell you, like, bless you, like putting a smile on their face for the past 6 months, over 6 months, that they haven't had that smile, and putting that smile on their face and saying thank you, and we hear you, and like those who are on the ground telling them what the diaspora people are doing with the protests, with the tweet, with everywhere we go outside our community, trying to educate them on what's going on, and they are aware of it. And for them to say, to get out of their comfort zone and to tell us thank you, all this praising to us, it's so beautiful, to get that specifically from them is so beautiful. And yeah, it's been like it's been buzzing, to say the least.
Wow, that's great to hear. I'd like to give Abby a chance to introduce herself. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I apologize for all of the technical difficulties. I have, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but I will just give, I guess, a brief intro. Were you able to hear any of what I had said before, or?
No, we didn't hear anything, sorry.
Okay. Start from the beginning. Okay, so hello everybody. I am Abby. I'm really thankful to be here, given the chance to discuss a little bit more about the advocacy efforts of different Tagaru organizations. I work within several different organizations that are doing different work to help our people address the needs, from diplomacy, advocacy to social media advocacy as well. So I'm sure Nohe, I caught the last minutes or so of what you were saying, and you did a wonderful job of really encouraging people and let them know also what is happening right now among the community, how we can work better. I love hearing like any of that. So sorry, that was a really drawn out intro, but that's pretty much me. That's why I'm here.
Wow. Okay. No, I'm glad we can actually get the connection going, so we can hear your. We want to hear your perspective just as much. So I asked him a little bit of to kind of give a breakdown in terms of what he is specifically like engaged in. He gave us a little bit of understanding of the work he's been doing. Do you have anything specific that you've been like working on recently that you've been trying to help the people of Tigray with?
Yeah, I would say for me, I kind of work with just I fill in as needed, whatever organization it might be. If I feel like I can help, then I will do that. And if I have the capacity as well. But I would just say mostly, helping different organizations like Omna and Tagaro Professional Network, Cure Conversations for Clubhouse Talking Points, a campaign or initiative that I'm really excited about right now is what our UK sisters are doing to address the needs of our IDPs. They've figured out a lot of systems in place. You can find them at Rise Up for Tigray. And they're trying to meet the needs of Shura right now. So I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the stats was like before war, it was like 150,000 population around that. And now it's like 400,000 plus. So there's an extreme need to meet those needs and the demands of, our IDPs. So there's so much to do, but they're addressing it. So I'm really excited about that. And I want people to know that, they should support that. There's a few other initiatives coming out, Coffee Not War. That is a initiative revolving around TPN, and that's really to reach out to the average person. It's not launched yet. That's something that is coming up to look out for, though. Hey, it's so hard to just say off the bat, too, because there's so many of us that are doing such great work. The Tigray Action Committee, they just recently collaborated with change.org or kind of got like a cosign from them. They have over 70,000 signatures on one of the issues they're doing. They also have a UK race coming up. So check out that, nominate people, challenge them to run. No, hey, I don't know if you mentioned that already, but there's so much that our people are doing. It's overwhelming even trying to cover all grounds. I don't want to leave anybody out because everyone is really just like pulling their weight.
No, I think you did a great job there in terms of like just covering a large, variety of what's occurring currently all over the world for to stand up and speak for Tigray and Tagaro as a whole. And then you also touched on what he was talking about earlier in terms of the value of using different platforms like Clubhouse and the value of something we didn't directly mention, but is the diaspora's networking all over the world. I think that really that's something where it has a value outside of a difficult time like now because of the value of information and the value of all of our different skill sets coming together to make Tagaro all over the world prosper and kind of achieve to greater heights, and if you will. But specifically during a time like this when we need to kind of like his initiative where he's talking about helping people during a difficult time feel as though a little bit of normalcy, feel a little bit of return. Obviously, if we cannot change the facts are the facts, what's occurring on the ground, the rampant looting and rape and just horrible war crimes that are occurring and the people of Tigray are facing. But we can definitely try to help them out in different ways. And the value of us being connected, I think, is just huge and cannot be overstated. So if you could, I'd like to give you a chance also, because we kind of are catching you up here in terms of what he's already spoke about. But so what
Go ahead.
No, I was just curious. So like he spoke about it a little bit, and it seems involved in so many, vital organizations all over the world. So what got you motivated to specifically be helping out in the way that you are currently and devoting your time?
Wow, that is such a good question, but also loaded at the same time. There's so many reasons I could give you to why I feel like compelled to do this work. I wake up for Tigray, go to sleep, and everything I do is just a cycle. What can I do? And I'm sure Nohe and we're all in the same boat right now, but it's really, we're at a pivotal time in our history where if we don't act, it will be really, really tragic for generations right? The amount of trauma, the amount of looting, the desecration of our institutions, what our parents' generation and back has been building up for decades, it's systematically, subjugating the people. There's so much to heal from. So I'm just trying to do what I can to the best of my ability to try to lessen any of the impact. But also, I guess another huge is my dad, right? He's been doing this work for a very long time, for decades. His heart is just, it inspires me every day. He doesn't sleep, so I'm just like on to what he's doing and, follow in, in that regard, and just really make sure that our people are good at the end of the day. Like, that's all that matters. So I hope that's the answer to your question, pretty much.
Thank you. No, that was great. It's definitely amazing, and I want to give everybody a chance always to explain where their specific motivations lie and how they got involved, because most people will be called to help in some way or some fashion, but your specific motivation, your story is just as important in terms of it kind of displays the spirit of Tigray all over the world, if you will. So I wanted to give a chance to circle back with Neho, give him a chance. Where can they find where can they donate or assist in terms of what you're doing?
Yeah, definitely. Anyone, you guys can go ahead and check out use my name, Neho Lima, at any platform, and you guys be able to reach out to me, and we can be able to go ahead and redirect you to the GoFundMe's or other platforms that we're using. Currently, the only platform or the only fundraising that we have is to our brother who is in need of dialysis and kidney failure in Makala, and his dad is, as you guys can see on the background story, he is currently in Makala University. His dad is he went to protect our family members with TDF, and he's literally protecting us. And how can we protect this brother? And that's the GoFundMe that we have right now. And anyone at any around the world, you guys can go ahead, reach out to me, DM me or text me or anything, and I'll glad to show you guys where you can be able to go ahead and donate. And but going forward as well, we do have several other fundraisings that are coming up, and we'll love anyone. Currently, Clubhouse only allow for iPhone users, but I think they're working on allowing either Samsung or Android users as well. So hopefully everyone will come together and will be talk. But that doesn't mean we're not using other platforms as well, either Instagram or Facebook. Let's go ahead and converse. Let's talk about how we can be able to help out. And these little groups, actually, Abby can go ahead and talk a little bit about, if you don't mind, Abby, about the We Are the World 36, a little bit about how you guys come up with that, and what you guys did with that, and how much you guys donated, or how much fundraiser you guys had. And it was an amazing turnout that you guys had. But with that being said, yeah, like any fundraiser, please go ahead and reach out to us. We'll go ahead and direct you to how you guys can be able to help out. We have so many different, I'm sorry, I'm not be able to mention everyone, but we have Ahwatna that are helping out currently in Tigray all around. We have, I'm sorry, our sisters from the Netherlands Netherlands and Sweden that are helping out in Sudan refugee, all the 8 refugee camps that have been helped. But again, any help is absolutely necessary and absolutely beneficiary. So anything is very useful. Nothing is small. So please lend your hand as much as you can. We also have Lula. Lula is in Magala, who is helping kids who lost their parents due to this war. Previously, he had about between 30 to 40 kids kids that are like, he raised them from the street, or who lost their parents due to HIV or other cause, and he would raise them. But currently, right now, that number from 30 to 40 rose. I don't want to throw any number, but it's very, very, like, it multiplied by a lot. So we're trying to help him as well as much as we can. He's currently in Maqala, but he's looking and talking to other organizations that how he can be able to expand it to other cities in Tigray as well. And as you all know, like, we have so many kids that are like without mothers and fathers, without any caregivers, and we would love for him to go ahead and start his organization in other cities so he can be able to help out. But yeah, those are, we have so many in different ways, different paths, and we will definitely gonna go ahead and make sure you guys are participated. And today is Mother's Day for all Tagaru. Happy Mother's Day, especially those in TDF, for protecting our family members, those mothers, those sisters who are in diaspora doing everything they can, those Wa'aro Tigray who are like leading the protest, who are on top of everything, those Wa'aro who are making those false information, telling them the fact on international news. Wa'aro all of, we love you and happy Mother's Day, and thank you. And yeah, thank you again. Appreciate you.
Wow, yeah, definitely. I think we can all agree on that one. There's so many mothers in Tigray currently that are, as I stated earlier, just they're living either as just civilians who are suffering through the absolute devastation in the region currently, and then also those who are actively fighting, which is just something you cannot even say thank you enough in words, to be honest. So what they're doing currently is just beyond amazing. That's why the people of Tigray, women of Tigray, are just so strong, and it's part of our rich culture and history. So what would you say? I want to give you both a chance to kind of address the youth all over the world in terms of where do you think they're, because they can get involved, like we stated earlier, with specific organizations that you guys are working with, and also the drives that you guys were talking about earlier. But what would you direct them currently and kind of say, hey, this is where we need to really focus right now. This is where the people of Tigray really need your attention and dedication currently.
I'll interject if you don't mind. That's a really great question, and I feel like any successful movement, any really big movement, it's always led by the youth and their students, putting their brains together. It's always, been the youth. So I would say any Tagaru, anybody who would like to reach out and to start doing the work and figure out how they can make an impact, I would definitely recommend SJTE. It is a organization who is, doing a concerted effort to try to bridge the gap between the elder generation and the youth. So that means being more inclusive. That means healthy communication. That means collaboration. Neho touched on this before, about, finding out our different skill sets. Like one thing I will say, like the youth just have so much of a better grasp on technology in general, if we're going to generalize, right? And also social media marketing. They can go way farther, way faster if they're, they take those reins. And then when it comes to, our elders as well, everybody has a part to play. There's so much wisdom and so much that our elders have done, for our communities back home throughout the years, decades. So everybody has a part to play. That is one that I would definitely recommend. And they're part of the We Are the World 36. But there's so many. So I'll just name a couple more to be fair too, to give some more options. So Amna, they have a volunteer sign-up list actually on their website. Some people may not know that's the quickest way to get involved, really. because they're very responsive, and there's a list of questions. Also, Stand with Tigray, participate in their campaigns. They always have campaigns going on Twitter, different advocacy, healthcare professionals network for Tigray. We can always use more people with services like Doctors Without Borders. They're working with, I believe, Doctors Without Borders, a few organizations for sure that are on the ground. Also Make Injera, Not War. They're working with Operation Rescue. That, maybe reach out to them to see if you could be a brand ambassador, sport their merchandise, get the word out, there's so many different ways to get involved. So that's just a few options for anybody looking for an entry point.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to add to that would be anyone can be able to participate, and anyone can be able to help, handing help by by fundraising, by donating, or by becoming the bridge. Be the bridge, be the person. That's the least we can be able to do, is be the bridge. Let the fundraising be magnified in so many different platforms, whichever platform you guys do. Talk to other people, not only within our community, but there are humans. All we're looking for is human. Be human. To be human is meaning literally to go out there, out of your comfort zone, out of your way, and help others. And that's the one thing that you can be able to do, is be human. Be the one that's connecting the one that are donating and the one that needs. So all I can say is go out there and be advertise all these the fundraisers that are going on. Be the bridge, connect those who wants to help and who needs to be helped. So yeah, be the bridge. That's big one. And another thing I can advise is, as much as our non-profit organization, Anything for Tigray, started, have the conversation with your friends, with your families, with your community, anywhere that you're involved, even at work. Have that conversation. I know it's it's a discomfort, but discomfort is the best way to be in a comfort level. Discomfort is the start of to be in a comfort level. So have that discomfort conversation. Let it out. Let them know, because there's so many people are so confused and not know how they can be able to help out. So be the one that is also, not only that you're helping those people, giving them the way how they can be able to fulfill the purpose, you are also helping back home by being the bridge for those two to be connected. So use your platforms as much as you can. Be the one that's connecting with others, and be the one that creating that discomfort conversation, and to make it more comfortable between you and your community. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think the one thing you said that caught my attention is, be human. It's simple, but like when you look back, I think you will forget what other people will ask you, but you have to ask yourself. When the people of Tigray face absolute devastation, we're not talking about politicians. We're talking about innocent civilians. We're talking about poor people. We're talking about old people. We're talking about children. We're talking about sick people. What did you do? How did you help them? What was your call to action during a difficult time like this? And being human, I think, really kind of really, like I said, caught my attention in terms of, that's something you have to look back at yourself and be able to say, hey, I did what I could. There's no level minimum or maximum of effort, or hey, I did this specifically, that means I'm okay or I'm not. I think what really is important is, did you get a call to action? Did you speak up for the people? Did you try to impact some change? And I really think that both of you exemplify that. I appreciate you guys coming on, giving your time, because obviously, as you both got into detail today, are both extremely busy with Tigray, and I'm sure in your own personal lives and professional lives as well. So I want to say thank you for coming on, giving a chance to shed light on what's going on, but also how to help the people and how to get involved as Tigray diaspora all over the world. I just want to give you guys one last chance to kind of speak to Tigray all over the world, and kind of do a little exit speak, if you will.
Absolutely. Okay. I guess ladies first. Okay, so I just wanted to plug a couple more things. If you go to omnatigray.org, you can find a donation site, and that'll have like so many different options for you, things that have been vetted, where people, can donate to, in sense of, all of the different urgent needs that our people have, like the Lola's home, Nohe mentioned, they're doing great work. That's listed there as well. Definitely stay tapped in with all of the social media advocacy. We want more people involved. So whether it be retweeting, spending a few hours, tweeting, whether it be a few hours creating your own messaging, whether it be reaching out to different types of media, writing pieces for them, coming up with your own analysis of, there's so many different ways. So figure out your skill set and also meet the demands. What is the most need and how can we work together to accomplish that? So you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Nohe, any Tagaro looking to combine efforts and to really, really focus on solutions for our people. We're all on board. So I'll leave with that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just like Abby said, reach out, have that conversation with anyone and everyone that's in your surroundings. And to those that are non-Tigray, I really, really advise you. For those who are Tigray, go ahead, reach out to back home in Tigray. If the line's working, if any of the connections is working, try to reach out and see how and what you can be able to help out. And same thing in the refugee camp. Those are in refugee camp. There's at least 60,000 people that are in refugee camps, from like little babies to all the way to elderly. And we also seen on CNN and other platforms that have been for those who have been rape victims, mothers and sisters, and very up, like starting from 5-6 years old, very kids. So there's so many things that you can be able to participate and help out. And just because there's different organizations that are helping, it don't mean for you that you cannot be able to start your own organization. You are capable of starting your own organization. Have a purpose, and let that purpose be magnified. Let that purpose be known, and get out there and help out and have that conversation as well. And with that being said, I just want to wish all Wa'aro Tigray happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you so much for having us. እንኳዓናት ናኾንክን ብጣዕሚ የቀኒየና ነኽረክኒና መዓልትኽን ናይ ኣዴታት መዓልትሎም መዓልቲ ምዃኑ ብጣዕሚ እዚ ኩሉ ዝኾን ዘሎ ብጣዕሚ እናሓዘና ግን ኩሉ ነገር ሓላፋይ ምዃኑ ንፈልጥና everything will be past. Mothers out there, be faithful as always be faithful and stay strong until we see you. Happy Mother's Day.
Wow, I can't think of a better way to end the conversation. I just want to say thank you to both of you again for your time and for speaking for the people of Tigray and all the work that you guys are involved in.
Thank you.
Until next Sunday, 4 o'clock Eastern, we'll be having another discussion. I'll see you guys then.